I tell people my sister moved out west. You're a science teacher. Your husband, he renovates houses. You're thinking about moving, but you're gonna wait until the interest rates go down.
That's not my story. Before I was an Avenger, I made mistakes. And a lot of enemies.
His call sign's Taskmaster. He controls the Red Room. They're manipulated, fully conscious, but no choices.
I should have come back for you. How many others are there?
Enough.
We have to go back to where it all started. So they never do that to anyone again.
We're a family. We fight with you.
You want Wayne.
I've always found it best not to look into the past.
Okay, you got a plan, or shall I just stay duck and cover?
My plan was to drive us away.
Well, your plan sucks.
At some point, we all have to choose between what the world wants you to be and who you are. I made my choice. I'm done running. Here's what's gonna happen.
Natasha, don't slouch.
I'm not slouching.
You're going to get a back hunch.
Listen to your mother.
Oh my God, this.
Up.
All
Listen.
right, enough. All of you.
I didn't say anything. That's not fair.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. This is going to be my new Black Widow trailer video. There's a whole bunch of Easter eggs you probably spotted in there, especially a lot of Taskmaster Easter eggs. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. We're doing a movie ticket giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and let me know what your favorite moment from Taskmaster in the trailer is. Wakanda forever. So we'll just start at the beginning of the trailer footage and go through it shot by shot. Yes, it totally looks like he's copying Black Panther and has his own vibranium claws, so where did he get that vibranium from? Actually, we'll start with the identity of Taskmaster just because it seems like a really big deal. Everyone's been wondering who's going to be playing the character. It seems like he's confirmed my theory that it actually is O.T. Fag Benley because he posted this to his Instagram saying Taskmaster TM on it. You also have Yelena Belova at several points during the trailer talking about Taskmaster, who he is, what's going on. He controls the Red Room. He's the one that's pulling the strings behind this new generation of Black Widows. Gendering the character male, and we see that when he's going up against Black Widow Natasha here in a lot of these different scenes, he's way bigger than her. So if there was any confusion about who Taskmaster is, pretty sure it's going to be this guy right here. But they open the trailer with that funny scene of Yelena Belova having beers with Natasha Black Widow, joking about what her fake backstory she created for her was when she left the Red Room to go join S.H.I.E.L.D. in the Avengers. You moved out west, you became a science teacher, got married. That's a joke about her relationship with the Hulk because he's a science bro, and now he's become Professor Hulk, as in a literal teacher. When she jokes about her husband renovating houses, that's a joke about how the Hulk destroys so many buildings. Just the most mundane version of her backstory that Yelena Belova could come up with, because what they did in the Red Room was so hardcore in the missions that they went on that they were trying so hard to get away from that kind of stuff. This motorhome that she's in just seems like one of the safe houses that they've been using. They break up a lot of this footage of them attacking this Siberian facility in all the white Black Widow costumes, but because of some other footage that they added to this, we have some more context, and it actually seems like this is the prison where Red Guardian is being kept, and they're actually attacking it to break him out. These seem like more of Thunderbolt Ross's men coming to try and arrest them as they're coming out of this giant facility blowing up. Remember, they have that big scene where they're like, we do this as a family together, where they're all standing there clasping hands. This seems like it's part of that scene. Some slightly different footage of her when she comes back to Budapest to try and find Yelena Belova to get her on board with her mission to take down the Red Room. She talks about the quote-unquote mistakes and enemies that she made when she was still part of the Red Room before she joined S.H.I.E.L.D. in the Avengers. Then there's a much bigger version of her versus Taskmaster in that bridge fight. This just seems like a situation where Taskmaster has been clocking her ever since she entered the country, so he's been watching her for a long time. Because we know that Taskmaster has those vibranium claws built into his suit, I also don't know if this is actually going to be a vibranium shield. You do start to wonder where all this vibranium came from, but I suppose Ulysses Claw would be the person to broker that kind of deal. You do remember that Ulysses Claw was trying to sell off bits and pieces of vibranium that he stole from Wakanda a long time ago. That's how we got that giant scar back in the 90s when Black Panther's father tried to chase him down to take it back. That also kind of gives you the connection to the Black Panther lineage, because even though I think the Taskmaster saw all the Civil War footage and was watching that and that's how he learned Black Panther's moves, he could have also watched footage of Black Panther's father, T'Chaka, back in the 90s, even though there'd be very little of that footage to find. You finally see him watching footage from Iron Man 2 of Black Widow's fight, big flashback. Obviously, they're going to be referencing all of Black Widow's movies that she's appeared in during the Black Widow movie. Iron Man 2 was just the first time that she appeared inside the MCU. The way that Yelena Belova describes how he's running the Red Room in this new generation of Black Widows makes it sound like they're brainwashing them on a level that they did not do before when Natasha Black Widow went through the program. Like, she says that they're conscious, but describes them as being more like finger puppets. They don't make decisions on their own. They're all moving under his commands. This scene of Yelena Belova in the white suit on the gurney seems like it's from present day, and because this is when they're attacking that big Siberian prison-looking place where Red Guardian is, this might just be them as they're infiltrating the facility to break him out. But obviously, while they're talking about this, they're also talking about Taskmaster brainwashing the new Black Widows, so they're referencing the original procedures, quote-unquote, that Natasha talked about when she graduated from her Red Room program. They actually filmed a lot of scenes for that appeared during the Avengers Age of Ultron trailer when she had her sort of flashbacks that Scarlet Witch gave her when she messed with all their minds. But I think they cut that way down just because maybe they thought it was too much of a drag or too depressing at the time. Now they're like, no, we're going to give that to you. We're going to show you how traumatic that was for her. This is Taskmaster coming to that mountain retreat where they're all hanging out earlier in the movie. The footage appears later in the trailer, but chronologically in the movie, this appears after those scenes. Notice during this Red Guardian versus Taskmaster fight, when he whips out his Black Panther vibranium claws, he attacks him in a very cat-like way, then spins off of him. This is something right out of a Black Panther fight, because remember, this movie takes place after Captain America Civil War, but before Avengers Infinity War, so it also probably takes place before Black Panther in the timeline. There's a much bigger scene of them fleeing from Taskmaster in that giant urban tank that he comes after them with those Hawkeye moves. Remember, he's copying every single one of the Avengers, so we haven't seen every single little bit of Taskmaster footage yet. When she jokes about how crappy Black Widow's plan is, that's actually a Guardians of the Galaxy joke they're pulling from Deep Space now for their Easter eggs. I hope you have a plan. I have 12% of a plan. The only Avengers moves that we have not seen Taskmaster copy yet are Iron Man, although he's probably copied a lot of Iron Man technology that we just haven't seen yet, just because Iron Man isn't known so much for his fighting style as he's known for his special toys that he creates. The Natasha Black Widow versus the army of Black Widows, then you have Red Guardian inside that prison getting ready to bust out in that scene where he busts through the door. Natasha Black Widow versus Taskmaster again later in the movie inside whatever this facility is that's blowing up as they jump out the window and then chase each other flying through the sky, free-falling. I'm sure you're all happy to see that he has his sword from the comics as he whips it out while they're flying through the air. I was wondering when he was going to whip it out during the trailer, just because we haven't seen it yet. We've seen him use the shield, we've seen him pull some Captain America moves that he's copied, but we haven't seen him with the sword yet till now. It's hard to tell when and where this scene of Thunderbolt Ross is taking place, but it clearly looks like they're using the de-aging technology. But here's the thing, he's using the walking cane, and there's only a couple times that we've seen him use the walking cane, and that was near Captain America Civil War after his quote-unquote accident that forced him into retirement, technically, even though he's not really retired. It's hard to tell which city this is taking place in, just because it looks like in a really urban area, but hopefully, like, we all have a big theory about them setting up Thunderbolts at the end of this with Thunderbolt Ross, and he'll be a sort of reverse Nick Fury moment for the original Iron Man movie where he showed up to tell Iron Man about the Avengers, where Thunderbolt Ross shows up in a post-credit scene to tell some of the other people, like Taskmaster, about the Thunderbolts initiative. That's why I'm really hoping that they keep Taskmaster around, they don't try to kill him off at the end of the movie. Really digging some of the fight scenes. There's a lot more fight choreography inside this more recent trailer. Remember, they have the fight choreographer from John Wick working on this movie, so if you're getting a very John Wick vibe from a lot of the fight scenes, that's why. It's on purpose. Really like this scene of Red Guardian pulling that same Captain America shield stomp move in the back of the airplane here when they're trying to get rid of that person attached to the front of it. Remember, Red Guardian was designed to be basically the Russian copy of Captain America, but because he doesn't learn the same way the Taskmaster does, he doesn't have that visual memory, he can't just watch someone and copy their moves instantly. I'm guessing a lot of the moves that he watched of Captain America's footage were from way back during World War II, because when he was created was actually much more recently when Captain America was still in the ice before he came back out before the first Avengers movie. So he'd be watching archival footage. It's Taskmaster that's watching the more recent footage from Winter Soldier. That's where Taskmaster's getting all of his Captain America moves from. It'll be funny to see how many Captain America jokes they use for his character, like the joke that Spider-Man tells during Civil War when he says, "I hear that shield defies physics," just because the shield always seems to come back to him like a boomerang because of the way he throws it. So everyone, let me know in the comments if there's any big Easter eggs that you spotted in the trailer footage that I didn't mention in the video. But there'll probably be some more teasers and clips that they release before the movie comes out because it's not coming out till May. But we're going to get a Venom 2 trailer really soon, and then we'll also get some more Morbius Spider-Man trailers. I just posted a whole bunch of Avengers Infinity Saga deleted scenes, starting with Thor getting the Odin Force. You can click here to watch that. And everyone, click here for my brand new Thor 4 Love and Thunder Christian Bale video. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.